Star Wars: A New Life, Chapter 3. What is his birthmark, sir? Viscount asked. A small dot on his stomach. It looks like a bean. I want him gone. Far, far away. You shall train him in combat until he is old enough to join the Stormtrooper army, Snoke answered. Viscount nodded at this. He honored the Empire and served it since he was a small boy. I won't fail you, sir. I know you won't. Do you want to know how I know this? Snoke asked with a smirk. Yes, sir, Viscount answered with no hesitation. He had shivers down his spine just asking that. Because if you do, you will be severely punished. I will not allow failure. It makes me look bad as a leader, and then the Resistance will think of us as a laughingstock. I understand, sir, Viscount mumbled as he bowed to Snoke. Good. Now we must wait until the children are born. 5 months later. Leia screamed in pain and exhaustion. Han carried her to her bed as a few nurses helped her relax. Will she be all right? Han asked a nurse. Sir, she'll be fine. We're taking good care of her, the nurse answered with a warm smile. Viscount Streetley followed Han and Leia to medical base and dressed as a doctor. He overheard Han and a nurse talking and walked in with pride. Han, your wife is going to be all right, but I need as much space as I can to help her. Let our nurse walk you to the hallway and calm down, Viscount insisted. Do you work here? The nurse asked with concern. Of course I do. Now take him away and I will help Leia the best I can. She's almost ready. But sir, I can't leave her alone like this. She's under a lot of stress. Please, doctor, let me. I'm sorry, but I can't with your stress. It won't help, so please go with a nurse and I will bring you back shortly, Viscount said, pushing Han out of the door slowly. Han let out a sigh in defeat and agreed. Viscount put in medicine that made Leia dizzy. She couldn't focus well, but before she knew it, the twins were born. But Viscount needed a plan. He needed to take the boy with the birthmark. Then it hit him. An amazing idea popped inside his head. He smirked to himself and looked back at Leia. She was fighting to keep her eyes open. Are they okay? Leia asked, breathing hard. I must run some tests on them, but you will see them shortly. They look healthy, but we must test them to be sure, Viscount lied. Leia nodded slowly, and Viscount took the twins into a testing room. He cleared them up and saw the one with the birthmark. His eyes widened in shock and joy. Viscount waited long enough so that his lie would be believable. So he took the boy without the mark and walked back to Leia's room. Viscount frowned at Leia and Han. Where's the other child, Doc? Han asked as he stood up, facing Viscount. I'm sorry, sir, but he didn't make it. The child was too ill. Han started to cry and buried his face in his hands. Han didn't believe it, but his heart broke for the first time in his entire life. He was heartbroken, and he knew he would never be the same. No, it can't be true, Leia cried. I felt him, she cried out. She cried and screamed. This wasn't real. Not to her. It couldn't be. She didn't believe it, but at the same time she knew her son was gone. She was mixed with emotions, sadness, confusion, hate, and anger. Viscount was shocked on how convincing he was. He apologized as he gave the baby to Leia and left. Viscount took the baby in a stroller and left in a ship. Snoke had his orders, and Viscount knew he had to follow them. He wanted to leave the baby and move on with his life, but Snoke wanted Viscount to raise the baby as his own.